Hey, welcome back to the channel, man. Welcome back to the channel. Breaking news, Lil Boosie gets arrested, man. The footage, the body cam footage is coming out to be released. So a lot of people was wondering what exactly went down in this whole thing, man. So is Boosie gonna make it out? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video so you could get the whole story, man. So Boosie was riding through Cali and everything like that. They was in San Diego, and whoever Boosie was with was not trying to take the fall for him because they got their own life and everything like that. And so when Boosie tried to tuck it, but he couldn't because they searched him anyways and found this. So at that point, it was already too late. He shouldn't have been moving the way he was moving because that's how they got caught up. You're never supposed to be doing two things wrong at the same time because that's how they get you. They look and see you speeding, then they grab you and then they find something else. So it's another one of those situations. He's got to be moving a lot better, man. He just squashed the beef with T.I. So he was getting ready to actually get on that whole album with T.I. They was about to do that. And Boosie got his old event center and club thing. That just had a whole situation. So we keep hearing Boosie on the news, on the headlines and everything. And he's trying to keep his head above water because he's got a family to feed. He just got out a couple years ago. He's trying to put food on the table for Tootie Raw. And he's trying to show Tootie Raw how to boss up and get everything done. But you see now it's all backtracking because now Tootie Raw has to watch him get carried away in the paddy wagon and everything like that. It was a sad scene out there because they had to tow away Boosie's Bentley truck, and at the end of the day, y'all got to understand that that's going to be at least a $10,000 charge on him for towing away the Bentley truck wherever they was, because Boosie was driving allegedly. And so anytime that he's the driver and everything, they didn't even want to talk to him. And you know how it is when we seen the footage and the videos of Boosie who got into it with all the laws. Every time that he gets stopped, every time where they see him doing something and they call him out for it, they stop him. Boosie goes on live, cusses out the officers and everything like that. He even told one of the dudes that if he worked for him, he would just be getting a whole lot of fun and getting a lot of benefits and everything. And so what everybody gotta understand is that the way Boosie was moving was bad, basically, to where he got, like, it was a matter of time, because when you doing all of those things at the same time and everything, you just asking to get caught and all that. So it's like they weren't being as low key as they could have been, because if he would have just followed the directions of what the sign said on the road, the signs on the road tell you exactly how fast you got to go, tell you exactly what lanes you need to be in and everything like that. And so the thing is that they was driving through Cali and they thinking Cali's so big that there's so many people that they're not going to be the ones who get caught up if they was trying to get somewhere quick, or if they were trying to dip and dodge, not using signals, all of the different little things that it could have been on why they actually, the main first, because they had to have a main first reason to even stop Boosie's car, to even walk up to the window before they realized that they want to search the whole thing, due to the fact that a lot of alerts came up on their system when they ran his name, they ran the tags and everything like that. A lot of alerts could have came up, and maybe they already wanted to search it. And maybe, like, you never know if they follow the people that he's with on Instagram and they see him recording him doing something behind the wheel he's not supposed to be doing. So what you got to understand is who is with Boosie and how come that they didn't tell him to stop. Or a lot of times too, when you tell these celebrities, when you tell people like that, they don't want to hear nothing from you. They got millions and millions of dollars, and so they're going to do whatever they want. That's the attitude and the whole behavior behind that. That's the whole mentality behind a lot of people who came up the same way Boosie came up and they turned millionaires. And then you trying to tell them, hey, you should slow down. Hey, you should be careful. Hey, you should do this. And they're like, man, I'm not trying to hear that. I do what I want when I want. And then right as soon as Boosie says, I'm going to do what I want when I want, that's when you hear the whoop, whoop, the blue, red lights turn off. He looked at the dude and he's like, should I run? Should I take him on a chase? And he's like, if you take him on a chase, I'm jumping out right now. But they was moving on the highway, so the dude couldn't even get out. And so they try to get everything. They can't throw nothing out the window because the guy's right behind him. So they cut the air on as fast as it could go so it could clear everything out. And they try to tuck what they could tuck. And the dude, the dude had everybody had their own things on him. So at the end of the day, when they ran right up to the car. As soon as they got Boosie to pull over, they ran right up. They already had their doors open, ready to go up to his window before he even put it in park, before his tires even stopped moving. So they knew that Boosie and his peoples was going to be trying to hide things and this and that. So they beat him to it. They got right up on his window and they asked to look through everything and they found everything. And that's the reason why, because he's not supposed to have any of that on him. And his homie, whoever he was with, he couldn't take the charge or nothing like that. And the security guard, that's why a lot of people, they just have security stay with them all the time, because that way, if they're not supposed to even have the hammer, then the security, like everything is protected, because that's a whole business security company. And so that's why everybody was saying, man, this is crazy. How could he be Boosie and doesn't have a legitimate security team that's supposed to be handling these type of situations, given to the fact that Boosie's in the situation he's actually on papers. Boosie's on papers. So he's not supposed to have nothing like that. And everybody should know that. And so somebody should have sat Boosie down and talked to him and said, hey, look, you getting millions of dollars, right? So why don't you just take 50K, 60K a year, maybe even 100K and get a security person? But a lot of times you can't trust nobody. So it's hard to make that call and say that you're going to trust this person to look after you and everything like that. And so he rather use his own friends or family or whatever like that. But then at the end of the day, when things hit the wall like this, when everything comes to a halt and he gets stopped and all that, then it might not look legitimate. And that's why they ended up charging Boosie. And he ended up going in the paddy wagon and had to be in there. Right now, he might not even get bond. You never know. He could be looking at years right now, because we've seen this so many times where rappers, they got out, they living a good lifestyle, everything's going good. And then all of a sudden, some type of repeat offense happens, some type of trouble happens, some type of situation where they get stopped, they get pulled over, they get found with something. We seen it happen with Kodak Black. We seen it happen with Lil J. We seen it happen with so many other different people in the last year, that at this point, everybody should know, all the rappers, all people in general should know that you gotta be moving on point. You can't be lacking, because they got caught lacking. Whatever they were doing to get the attention of the people that stopped them, the folks that stopped them, that's lacking. First of all, they weren't on point, and they did something that caused a red flag to where they were like, yep, they not supposed to do that move. And so they're like, let's go see what they got in the car too. And so that's what is going on. Don't give nobody no reason to pay you no mind. That way they never know what you got going on. They never know what you actually have or anything like that. You want to keep everybody not knowing anything about you at all. You want to be a ghost, basically. You want to go under the radar, draw no attention, nothing like that, because then nobody will ever have a reason to try to target you for anything like that. But once they know that you're doing this, they say, okay, look, if he's making this, they broke the traffic rules. And so they said, okay, look, if he broke this rule, then he's going to be breaking a lot more rules. Let's go see what they really doing, because they're going to know that if they already breaking this one rule, then they're going to break another rule. And they're the type of people who think that they could do what they want when they want. So that's why they're breaking the rules right now in front of the laws. Like, how you going to do that and try to think that you will get away? And they didn't even take off or nothing like that. They basically, but when Boosie and them started up that car and they were going wherever they were going to, and it might not even been an important place. If they was just going places they needed to go strictly to handle some business, then it would have been a different story. But you don't know that. You don't know that if they could have been going somewhere for fun. They could have been going just to shop somewhere at a mall, just to get clothes, or just to go flex on somebody, when they could have did just what they needed to do business wise, and then been back posted up at their Airbnb or at their hotel or whatever. And they don't have to be riding around looking for trouble all through San Diego, because you already know in San Diego that they're going to be looking for people, man. But shout out to San Diego. A lot of people are saying free Boosie. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm going to catch you later. Peace.